All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the Pleasure Dome, and welcome to the new project, the Alfa Romeo GTV. Not my first Alfa, it's actually my fifth Alfa. This is the 3-litre V6 with a magical Busso engine. But what kind of Alfa do you get for less than £3,000? So let's get into it. Let's have a good look around it and see what we've got ourselves into this time. My name's Craig. I'm exhausted. Let's do this. Yeah, as I said, not my first Alfa. Alfa number 5. Actually, the second Alfa I own at the moment. I've also got a Giulia, but that's a diesel, so that might feature at some point on the channel, but it's not as exciting as a 3-litre V6 Busso. And it's my second GTV, so I had a 2-litre twin spark around 20 years ago now in the same colourway. Same paint, same interior. So you can see why I was drawn to this. I always loved that car. I did let it go for a reason, and I'll touch on that as we get into this today. But I always wanted to go back. Love the styling on these things, and I can't wait to get started on this. That's the reason I sold the MGTF, so I'll get back in to an Italian beauty. So I paid just shy of £3,000 for this car on eBay, as you do, unseen. So clicking a few buttons, watching the bids go up, and I got it for just shy of £3,000. There's a few things I wanted when I bought this car. One was the reasonable service history. I mean, it's done 110,000 miles, so you can't ask for miracles. It's 25 years old. So reasonable service history, good sign that the cam belt had been done, because it's a big job on these cars, and it has been done. It's had a fair few owners, although the owner previous to the guy I bought it from, he'd owned it for quite a long time, I think over 10 years or something like that. So he'd done quite a lot to it. But over the last few years, it's done very few miles. So there's obviously a bit of recommissioning they needed to do, and a heck of a lot of tidying up that we need to do. So let's have a look at some details and have a good walk around. Right, so we'll start at the front, and as expected, we've got a galaxy of stone chips, and the bonnet has got a number of scratches on it, and it's dirty. So it needs a good wash, and it probably needs a bit of a polish, and ultimately it will need to be repainted. But I can do that. Well, I can't do that now because we're in October heading into November, so it's going to be too cold to repaint, and I don't have a workshop. I've just got a garage, so that'll be done at some point, probably when we get into the spring. So stone chip, stone chip, stone chip. There's a scratch here as well. So there's definitely a machine polish needed on that bonnet and a spray at some point, but it'll do for now. It's all present, it's all there. Badge is fine, grill's fine, etc, etc. The bumper, again, will need painting. This probably maybe can be done earlier, because I can do this and keep it inside in the warm. Stone chips, and it's got quite a bit of paint fade on it as well. So if you put a bit of lacquer on it, it might come back, but there's a bit of water there. You can see it's a bit deeper when you look at the water, but generally that's quite faded. And I don't know if it's faded due to paint or over polishing or something, but yeah, that needs a good going over. We've got the bottom, well, I'm not sure what you call this. This is on the 3 litres, not on the twin spark, so that's present and correct. And we've got the fog lights that are not broken, and the triangle bit is also there, although that one is slightly falling out, so I need to be quite careful that I don't lose that one, so let's be mindful of that. But other than that, grills, all this stuff, all this looks worn, but it's not broken, so which is good. There's some scratches on there that need sorting out as well. Is that a slight crack? Yeah, got a slight crack in that. That'll need sorting. So from the front, all present, looks good from a distance. Definitely needs a polish, and will ultimately need some kind of spray as well. So let's have a quick look at this wheel while we're here. Curbing minimum on the wheels, and this actually one looks pretty good, so it needs a damn good clean up. What is that tyre? Oh, it's an Avon tyre. So I've got 2 Avons on this, ZV7s, and they're actually reasonable shape, but reading the reviews and things, not that much of a good tyre. So all the tyres, all 4 are going to get changed out on this car, because this one is a Maxxis, and Maxxis maybe on a bike, but not necessarily on a car. That feels quite hard, and it's not got a great deal of tread on it, so that's going to go. Got a bit of curbing on here, and a bit of corrosion as well, so that will need to get done, so we'll do that. And it's a similar story on the wheels on the other side. Bit of curbing, bit of corrosion. Needs some new tyres, so I'm not going to torture you with that. Bit of a cobweb, a few scratches there need sorting. That wing mirrors, okay. Right, the roof. Roof has got some paint fade on it as well. Yeah, you can see that. So this roof is going to need painting. So I'll fire up my gun and paint that probably the same time I do the bonnet in the spring. So that'll be fine. Roof I'm okay with. That's probably the easiest thing to do because you can hide a multitude of sins on doing that. So I'll probably do that first before I tackle the bonnet, which is a bit more in your face. A-pillars, fine. Just looking at the door. I mean, the door, it's got some marks here where it's been caught, but they've been touched in, so I might just sand those back. And in terms of dinks, car park dinks, there's a couple, but it's not too bad. So that's okay. I think there's a few on the other side as well. So I think I'll probably get those professionally done, probably come the new year to get those sorted out. So seal covers, yeah, fair bit of wear and tear on, given where we are and the mileage. That's not a surprise. And this stick, I mean, that's obviously not original, so that's going to come off. So these will get repainted as well, or at least the front bit, and maybe they're blown in to the back. But in terms of the door, and in terms of corrosion on here, that all looks good. And this wheel arch, again, all looks good. No signs of corrosion or damage on that rear quarter. I mean, my old GTV, someone drove down there. I'm not sure what they did, but I went out to it and there was a massive gouge in the back where someone had caught it with something, so I had to get it painted and sprayed and repaired under the insurance, but it never looked the same again. But that one's pretty good. All right, okay. Then we've got the rear spoiler. Looks to be okay, needs a polish. Boot lid looks okay. Rear badge, it's got a few scratches on it, but that's okay. Light bar, again, no cracks, looks fine. Probably needs a good clean up. No water ingress in there. Right, the rear bumper, this is quite faded on the back here. I'm not sure you can pick it up, but I can feel it. It's just flat all the way along here. I'm not sure if someone's tried to sand it back or what, but there's loads of scratches here as well, if you can see them. So this is going to need to be repainted, but there's another reason we're going to be painting that anyway. Right, yeah, so okay, so that side's looking okay. Yeah, these speaker covers, I think they're faded in the sun. They're supposed to be black. Let me know. I think they're supposed to be black, so we'll need to do something about those to get those black. I think a pair of black tights might be what's in order there, but let me know. Similar story on this side in terms of any corrosion. No, that's okay. Nothing there. All fine there. Badge is present and correct. That's fine. All the window glass is fine. Window rubbers are fine. There's the second Avon tyre. Tread on it, but it's going anyway. Driver's door, got a bit of a dink there, slightly larger on the other side of the car park, a ding there. So again, they'll get sorted out. Same story on this sill cover here. And this tyre's actually gone slightly down, so we need to sort that out. We've got a bit more corrosion on this one, a little bit of curbing. So, but yeah, so other than that, looking pretty good. This wing mirror on this side suffered a little bit more on corrosion, so that'll have to come off and get painted. So we'll do all that. Yeah, A-pillar's fine. All the seals on the doors seem fine. So yeah, pretty good. Wipers are all present and correct. Have we lost the clips? That clip's there, and that clip's there. So that looks okay. Looks pretty good. So from the outside, all present and correct, but needs a bit of polishing in the first instance, and then some paint on some critical areas as we move into probably into the new year. So happy days. Right, let's open the boot and see what's in there, then we'll get into the car. So I think it's worth mentioning what I'm trying to do with this car. I'm trying to take it back to OEM, really. Not totally OEM, so some sympathetic upgrades, but nothing too leery, nothing too significant. And before I go into more detail, let's just shout out a couple of people on YouTube that I've been watching recently to try and get up to speed. Because as I said, I've had one of these before, but it was only a 2 litre, And when I owned that, it was actually under warranty. So I didn't do a great deal of work on it on my own. So I know the cars, but I don't really know them that well mechanically, if you know what I mean. So first of all, Neil, Italia Autos, he does quite a few Italian cars on his channel, loads and loads of Alfa Romeos, covers the GTV, has done many of them. So I get a lot of information from him. He actually did the cam belt on my Giulia. So he's down in Walsall Way in the West Midlands. So shout out to Neil. And then also Rick's Garage. He did a restoration of an Alfa GTV 3 litre, a black one, some kind of blue ink paint, really nice paint, and a red interior. So he did a fantastic job on that restoration, and that was a off the road restoration. I think it was off the road for something like 3 years. So I've taken a lot of inspiration from him as well. Although I'm not going to be doing what Rick did. I'm going to be doing a rolling restoration. So more of an iterative approach. Do you know what I mean? So get things moving, get things sorted, do what needs to be done, and then keep going around in circles on it. So do it, and then maybe upgrade and do some more. So tidy up the suspension, for instance, but then go back later and take it all off and clean it and do some nut and bolt stuff. But for the start, I just want to get it running nice so I can actually use it as a car and then do a rolling restoration on it. So with that in mind, with me thinking about taking this back to more towards OEM, but not totally, more towards OEM, the first thing I'm going to change is this exhaust. So this is I believe it's a Ragazon, if that's how you say it, a Ragazon exhaust that was sold by Auto Delta. I can't find it in the receipt pack that I've got, that I'll show you in a minute. But it's got a Ragazon exhaust on it, and I posted it on the forum or the Facebook page, and yeah, people have confirmed that. And it's got some tags on the bottom which have been ground out. People have said, yeah, that's a Ragazon exhaust that Auto Delta would have sold under their own name, so they had to ground off the Ragazon bit. So it's got the rear mufflers on it, and it's got the centre box on it. So centre box, rear mufflers, that's all going to go. So I'm going to be selling that. If you're interested in buying that, drop me a message. So I'm going to be selling that. And I think what I'm going to do is probably getting a side box unit. I know Rick used a side box back section and some Wizard downpipes, but I'm going to go for the side box unit and go with that. And what I'm going to do is just give me the twin pipes coming out of one side, which I think is close to stock, not fully stock, but close to stock. So we're going to be going for that. And then that takes me back to why I'm going to have to paint this rear bumper again, because this cutout here will have to get refilled and then repainted. So yeah, got a bit of work to do on the rear bumper, and a bit of work to change that exhaust, because I wanted something a little bit less leery, if you know what I mean. I love something that's a bit more leaning towards stock. So number plate wise, this has got a specialistcars.net number plate on the back. That's from York. They sold the car back in 2011. Then it had a number of private plates over a period. On the front, it's got just a plain number plate. Now that could indicate it's been in an accident or something, but there's no recorded accidents when I did the car check, so that doesn't seem to be the case. And I mean, the bumper and the paint on the bumper looks original, so I'd suggest it's not been an accident. But because they've had a change of number plate along the years, then the number plate front one's been changed for some reason, so it seems reasonable. So I'm not worried about that. Right, let's get into this boot then. Let's see what we've got in here. There are a few things in here. I'm not sure they're treasures, but there's a few things in here to have a look at. Right, so the first thing to note is this carpet cover is off the battery. So there's a few problems with this car, and there's a reason why this battery's not connected. So, well, before I touch that, the battery connector, whoever fitted it before, it looks like a brand new one, quick release, and the battery itself looks like a new one as well. It's not attached right, so all I've done up to date is just pull it on and just attach it with some cable ties, but I need to sort this out and get this attached right so it doesn't come off when we're driving the car around. So, but if I connect the battery up, all I get is the alarm ticking, tick, 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 tick. So there's something going on with the alarm, so I have to keep disconnecting the battery all the time, so that's why that's off. Okay, but looking beyond the battery and looking behind the carpet and looking at the quality of the metalwork in here, this all looks good. No issues with that at all, which is great. So we'll just cover that up for now and have a look at what's in this boot. Not sure what these things are. Something made in Italy. Any idea? Is it some kind of shock mount or shock top or something? I don't know. Maybe something for the shocks. We'll have a look at Look at those. Okay. Then this thing, some kind of under tray, I think. It's obviously not on the car or a spare, so look at that. Tie weld, nice. Right, yeah. The clocks. These are present and correct in the car, so a spare unit or a broken unit, so we'll keep those for now. Bit of wood. Shock bump stop, I think. February one. This has got a date on it. No, yeah, bump stop. And then we've got, I'm not sure what these are. Got some bolts and some clips. They're like side skirt clips, they do. Okay. Another bump stop. Right, and then I've got, oh my god, a couple of big boxes in here. So what the hell is in these boxes? Ah, okay. Looks like an old red coil spring, an L-back spring, and another one. So 2 L-back springs in a suplex box. Now, is this front? I think they're front, aren't they? But look at them. Front coil springs. So I think the front coil springs have been changed out to what looks like stock ones from the L-back. Okay. And then there's another box, which is a Coney box. So, oh crikey. So I've got one Coney shock, whatever that's for. So I'll have to look at what's going on with that. One, not sure why I would have one. Right, that's what I've got in here. Yeah, windscreen wipers. Yeah, some windscreen wiper stuff. Couple of these lovely things that you use to around the seat belt, so they won't go back on, because they're definitely not stock. And then up here we have got, what have we got? An Alfa Romeo bag. Might be in here. A tyre inflating kit or something. Yay! Yeah, tyre kit. So it's got no spare in it. So this is where they went with the tyre kit then. So that's good. No spare, but an inflator. So that'll be coming in useful. Obviously, there's no room in the boot for a spare tyre, so that's a really good addition. And then, oh god, looks like some of that inflating material's leaked though. That's going to need cleaning up. Nice. So we've got the toolkit. Looks to be in reasonable condition. This does. Is it complete though? That's the question. Hang on. Oh well, we've got the towing eye, and we've got some stuff, but there's a few empty bits and bobs. I never knew what that was for before. What's it for? I don't know. I recognise it from last time, but I never really figured out what it was for. Anyone know what that's for? Right, okay. But at least we've got something. We might have to add some things to that. Cool, yeah. I think those can get gone. Some receipts and stuff. What's this receipt for? Pound stretcher. Some hay fever tablets. Some planter. What year is that? 2017. 7 years ago. My God, that long since the boot's been cleaned now. Yeah, 2017. Wow. And then, can you see down there? Because I can't see much down there. Look, can you see down there? These are galvanised from the factory, so there shouldn't be any real reason for any significant rust. It looks dirty, but no real rust. That's a good sign. Right, cool. Yeah. Probably more things to throw away than to keep from this little haul, but well, yeah, we'll see. And I think I need to do the bonnet struts as well, because that only stays up right at the top. So yeah, they need doing. But I mean, this is on quite securely. And the light looks complete, so that's good. All right, that's the boot done. Right, let's open it up and pop inside and see what the interior is like. I need to use the key because the battery's not connected. Right, so first things first, we have the seals around here, which is good, and they're present on the other side as well. So I don't need to change those. Well, I need to reattach them because they're not. This one's not looking great, but they are present. Door card's looking fine. Yeah, we've got some bruising here from the seat belt, but there's no surprise. Might need a bit of a tidy up, but it's not a life-changing thing. Speaker looks fine. Yeah, we'll talk about all this stuff in a minute. Seats. So yeah, I mean, this colourway is my ideal colourway. So I love the blue with the beige. So my other Alfa's blue with tobacco, so not that dissimilar. So the bolster looks okay. Bit of wear down there, but I don't think it's torn. And this one, they always go. Why do these always go? Because people climb in and out on them. But I've bought a replacement for that already, so we'll get that changed out. And then this needs a damn good polish and clean. The other one's looking brilliant, and the rear seats are looking fabulous as well. So that'll all need cleaning. Yeah, these mats, yeah, they're pretty awful, aren't they? So we'll get some replacement mats, and then the carpet needs a clean, but it's not too bad. There's some scratches along here from people with their shoes in and out, in and out, in and out. So we need to sort that out. But that's, again, not a massive job. Everything else looks reasonable. No corrosion or anything. Well, plastic, so obviously no corrosion in there. Yeah, looks good. Let's hop in. Right, so, and I noticed this on the pictures before I bought it, but yeah, carbon fibre here and here and here. Obviously not real, and I've already taken it off that one. There's also some making an appearance down here on like the ashtray. The ashtray works, but this is all going to come off. It's just got to go. It's a bit of, this bit comes off quite easily. There's a bit of residue left behind here. Gotta make sure I get it all off. So I need 2 hands for that really. But yeah, we'll get all that off and clean it up. But what's under here and what's under here. So, but yeah, we'll get it off and clean it up. But other than that, gear knob, this is reasonable. That's a replacement, needs a bit of a tidy up, and that's a Momo one. It's quite nice. So happy with that. This is not broken. They can get broken. There's some Coney adjusters in there, so obviously got some Coney somewhere to find. Wheel locking nuts. Yeah, I mean, other than that, replacement stereo that I can't seem to get to work. That down there is from the bonnet catch, so I can't get the bonnet open. It's stuck on the left-hand side. When I pull it, it pops up on the right, not on the left. Put some cable ties, put some cable ties around it, and then press down on the bonnet to get it open. It does work, so we'll have to do that in a minute anyway to get into the bonnet. Right then, so I've got a book of receipts. We'll talk about those in a minute. And then in the glove box, I've got keys, so spare key and the red key. So I've got 3 keys in total, so that's good. These seatbelt things, again, yeah, they'll go. Then I've got the book, the owner's manual, and some books. Yeah, we've got the service history, reasonably well serviced. Just remember it's done 110,000. So 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. Then it had a gap to 2011. So 6 years without being serviced. 2012, 2013. So in 2013, it had done 85,000 miles. And was serviced by an Italian car specialist in Ipswich. And then since then, it's done 109 now, is it? Something like that. So just looking at the MOT records, it has done 10,000 miles in the last 8 years and 3,000 miles in the past 6 years. So it's not really been used a great deal. But then when you look at the book of receipts I've got, what I've been doing is gathering some things together. So in the past 10 years, I made a list, but I can't remember. It's had a clutch, master and slave cylinder. It's had the springs done. It's had the cam belt was done. So I've got a receipt for the cam belt that was done in 2023. So only a few hundred miles ago. So, I mean, the guy, as I said, the guy who owned it, he owned it for about 10 years. So most of these receipts in this book are his, although it does go back to around 2010. So about 14 years worth of receipts. And there's a few, as I said, plate changes in here. The cam belt's been done a couple of times. The clutch was done around 10 years ago. So yeah, there's a fair few things that have been done, but it feels like there's lots of receipts for just keeping it on the road, which is reasonable for this type of car. Do you know what I mean? It's not been like a love and replace on a regular basis. It's been get it done just to keep it rolling perspective. So, which is okay, but I don't need to use it as my daily driver. So I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently and spending some money on it and trying to bring it back a little bit. So, which I'm looking forward to. So, so yeah, so good load of receipts in there. And if you look at the MOT history, it's not really fared that bad in terms of MOT history. It's got some advisories. The normal crushing of the sills has occurred on both sides, so that was an advisory. So, but it's not really pinpointed anything in terms of corrosion or anything like that underneath. So yeah, that's that. What should we do now? Should we just turn it on, talk about electrics? Yeah. Right. I'll just have to put the battery on. It's shut on my head. Yeah. So the alarm ticking. So there's a alarm ECU apparently underneath here. So I need to get in there and plug that out and pull that out. But I've also got the scanning tool as well. What the hell is it called? Fiat ECU scan or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. So I can plug that in and see if I can reset it by doing that. Else I'll just take it out. A lot of people do have problems with the alarms, so take that out and then take the siren itself out. Seemingly the alarm and the immobilizer aren't connected, so you can just take the alarm out and still keep the immobilizer, which will be really good. So right, so let's have a look what we got. So I'll give it a start. Right, and all the warning lights will go out, and I've got the handbrake one, which is fine. Right, the eagle-eyed amongst you would have noticed that the airbag lights didn't light up, and the reason for that is, if I can get close enough, you can see it. They're under there, you can see them. Just see them under the tape that someone's put on there. So the old common airbag issue has reared its head. So I'll again plug that into the scan tool and see if we can get that sorted. But yeah, she's ticking over. Okay, just started that from cold, so all sounds pretty good. So we're all okay over here. Everything seems to work as it should, although I don't think the air conditioning works. Fan works, changes, and all this kind of good stuff. I've not had a chance to check the rear windscreen yet, but we'll try that. But indicators work, fog lights work as well, which is great. Cigarette lighter, mirrors, give the mirror a bit of a whirl, so the one on the left. Yeah, that one works. Yeah, he's moving as well. Can't really see him, he's moving. Yeah, that's about it in here. It's pretty basic, really. But yeah, steering seems fine. Windscreen wipers work, lights work, indicators work. I mean, that alarm is a pain in the arse because if I close the doors, then the indicators are slowly flashing. And you can see them flashing. Look now, yeah, it's really got to get that sorted. Crazy. Yeah, but other than that, oh, I love the interior of this car. This aluminium effect, the Alfa Romeo sign and the dials, and yeah, it just takes me right back to my 2 litre. So yeah, looking forward to getting this all cleaned up, new mats, and really smartening her up. Right, so I can't get in the bonnet on my own, so my daughter's pulling the lever, and then push that down and it pops up. So golden. Let's get it open. I mean, the first impression of this engine, guys, is really a lot of red going on. Yeah, so she's pretty red. So as I said, the cam belt was done about a year ago. The oil looks fine, I've checked that. The coolant looks fine, I've checked that. So that's all looking good. I mean, the car's got an MOT until July next year. This is obviously aftermarket. That needs tidying up as well. But what are my plans on here? Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is changed the induction kit back to stock air intake, but you can hear the induction as it's driving, and that's not really the thing I'm looking for with this car. So this will be coming off, all of this will be coming off, and then the airbox in this carbon fibre, it's real carbon fibre this time, housing down here, BMC air flow or something, air filters. So that's all gonna come off. So this will go up for sale, and then I've already sourced the replacement unit for that, and I've still got some of the air piping at the bottom to link into, so that'll get changed out as well, and that'll go on eBay. Next thing I'm going to do is all this is going to come off and go back to stock, and then it needs a good old clean up under here. As I said, change that back to maybe silver or something, so it's not so in your face. Got to tidy up the slam panel, got to figure out what's going on with the bonnet catch. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, service, maybe spark plugs, drive it, see how it fares at the moment. But bit of a tidy up of the engine bay needed. This has got a crack in it, so I'll have to get sorted. This cover's missing. If anyone's got one of those, let me know. I mean, in terms of rust, it is what it is. It's galvanised, isn't it? So I'm not expecting to see anything under here. Just needs a damn good clean up, really. Right, brakes wise. What's this doing? I'm guessing this has been a long time since this has changed. Looks alright in there. I'm going to have to change all that to refresh it, because we've not had a proper service for a while, probably. Not sure that's stock, but there's no cracks in this side. Power steering bottle. This is probably low. No, it doesn't look too low, actually. That obviously wasn't there on the Twin Spark, and the power steering somewhere else, but that's what's used for the V6. So I mean, it all looks pretty good under there, just not to my taste. So I want to take it back to stock. It's very red, so not really my thing. But I think once we get some work on that done, have a good tidy up, maybe get, I'm not sure what to do about these, paint them or media blast them or something. But I mean, back to Rick's garage and the work he did under here, awesome and epic, the work he did there. So I'll be taking a lot of inspiration from that as well. So yeah, pretty good. What I'll do is I'll take it for a drive in my next video. I'm not going to drive in this one, but let's give it a quick blip and see how that exhaust sounds. It has warmed up nicely now, so I'm okay with that. But as I said, I am changing out this exhaust. Well, have a listen. Right, I'm going to give it a quick jack up now and have a quick look underneath and see what's going on there. Check there's not any hidden problems now. Jacking these cars is really interesting, so I'm going to go pick out one of the suspension mounts, I think, to jack the back, and then I'll put some chocks under it and some axle stands to make sure we're safe. Right, I've got the two axle stands in, and I'm still touching it with a jack, so I'm quite content. Now, so the first thing is, yeah, man, she is rusty. So it needs some remedial work under here, and the caliper looks reasonably clean. The wheels are dirty. You can see some of the bushes have been changed. I think these are called Strong Flex or something. Bushes, so spring pan, surface rust. I know they rust on the inside as well, so I need to look at it in more detail, but spring pan looks fine. Bit of rust up there. You can see the tag on the exhaust, so it's as I said, as it's ground out, it's been sold by Auto Delta. Bit of cleaning to do, but nothing significant under there. Maybe a bit in that patch at the bottom of the boot to tidy up. Subframe, eventually the subframe will come out and I will give it a proper clean. There's the exhaust connector from the back to the middle section. It's pretty rusty, so I have to get that off. I have to cut out those bolts, so I need to tidy up for when I'm getting getting to sell it. And you can see that there, that on that exhaust is pretty rusty as well. So the exhaust has been on for a while. I can't find a receipt for it, but it's definitely an Auto Delta Ragazon is it? Auto Delta Ragazon variant. So there's the same tag on that mid centre box as well. So that centre box is from the same Auto Delta Ragazon thing. Springs wise, they look like black springs. What's that say there? Oh, that's the Surplex, is it? Spring. So that's looks like stock, which is fine. Then I've got some Coney shocks here. They look shit. They look rusty, but will they be okay? I'll give them a inspection, see how they are, give them a clean up, see if they're okay. That one's as bad as well, so the drop link's been changed though. Yeah, those springs look okay, reasonably new. Calipers, bushes. I think it's all there, guys, and it just needs cleaning up. So I don't. When I've driven it, it's not crashing and bashing, so it looks pretty good. So that's the Maxxis tyre there. You can see it all cracked on the inside, old, and definitely needs changing out. That one does. Right, this here is part of the undercoat because I was looking under here the other day and pulled a bit off. So I've got some work to do, and I'll show you that now. So I think generally under here, floor pans pretty solid, and it's the same story on the other side, and you can see where the sill's been crushed in there, so I need to sort that out and treat it and paint it. The metal bit that you can see on this outer sill seems solid, but I will take these sill covers off to have a good look. There's nothing coming apparent at the moment. Okay, now you just see me float past it. There's some what looks like potential issues on this little bit of the floor pan here. So I'm peeling that away. That's not good, is it? So I might need a bit of welding in there. I'll get my screwdriver and prod it. I'm wary to prod it too much. Oh yeah, that's gone through. So definitely a bit of welding on the floor pan needed there. But it's hard to tell, to be honest, because this stuff hides a multitude of sins. So I could start digging a massive hole and making a massive problem. So this is probably something I'll cover, seal, and deal with in the spring. Maybe we shall see. We shall see. Right, but the rest of it seems pretty solid. But again, until you get under it. Better on the other side, I think. This side seems to be the worst, which is a bit strange normally than the near side. Right, then we've got some chassis legs. We've got some surface rust on these chassis legs and things, but seems fine. And then we've got can you guys see that? It's hard to see. But then we've got that hole there on the sill inner plate. So I'm not sure how widespread that's going to be until I really get into it, but I'll have to cut that out and put a plate in there. The outer sill appears to be quite solid, but we won't know until we get digging, will we? Really? So I hate this stuff. Why the hell? Who's put this crap on? You can see it all peeling off here as well. It's just awful, awful, awful stuff. It's a solid, but needs cleaning. So it's awfully dented when it's been jacked. Not great, but that's pretty solid. Again, camera work on here, guys, awful. Sorry about that. But yeah, I've had a look at the other side. Other side looks pretty smart, so I'm happy about that. Can someone just tell me what that is there? Is that the cat? It goes into from 2 to 1 to 2. Is that the cat there? Because I've seen some cats where they're separate, but that one seems to be a single unit. So give us a shout, let me know. I think I'll be changing the exhaust after the cat. So come out of the cat, that'll come off there. Then we'll put the new exhaust on and sell this unit here. And then up front and here, so front springs, again they're new. Conies, but rusted to shit they are. They need cleaning up, but don't seem to be leaking or anything. So we'll have a good look at those again. It's that braided hose on the brakes that looks a bit worse for wear, so that probably needs changing out. Bit of surface rust to deal with. Maybe anything under there. Not too bad, does it? Can't see a great deal, but right up front, oil cooler pipes look crap. I've got some leak in here, and I think, guys, that this is the compressor, isn't it? Here, and you can see the compressor pulley there. I think above that, directly above that, is the power steering pump. So it looks like it might have some power steering fluid leaking. I don't know if that's oil or power steering fluid. So just got it on my finger. It's very runny if it's oil, although I've had the car running. It's got a bit of a red hue to it. So I think that's probably power steering fluid. So we've got some power steering coming out of there. Just this area needs a good clean, so I can figure out where it's coming from. Likely to power steering. We've got the normal rot in the radiator mount at the front, so that'll be tidied up. Yeah, subframe plating looks pretty suspect. Probably surface rust, so we'll have a good look at that. That one over there looks like it's been replaced by a galvanised unit recently. So, I think the subframe is going to have to come out so we can have a good look at that. I mean, these bushes on these lower arms look a bit shoddy as well. So yeah, the subframe's going to have to come out so we can do all that. These gators look fine, I think. They look fine. Again, rusty. Calipers, yeah, seen better days, haven't they? But some brakes seem to be working okay, so we'll give them a good clean at some point. Right, similar story on this side, guys. Nothing new over there, really. The same with the rust on the subframe and the lower mount. There's a heck of a lot of oil, old oil on this gearbox, so I need to have a look at that. And it looks like there's some fresh stuff in here as well. So is that coming from the sump gasket, or is it coming from rear mail seal in the gearbox or something? So we need to clean that up and have a good go trying to find out where that's coming from. And there's my bright red cooling pipe. So I've already got some black replacements, OEMs for those. So I'll be changing those out, so they'll be going on for sale in eBay as well. So yeah, underneath, I'm not surprised by it. Little bit of welding, not too much. Let's hope it doesn't grow arms and legs, but at the moment it doesn't look too bad. A lot of surface corrosion, some worn out components, some cleaning up to do, some tidying up to do. It's all working, which is great. So I can take my time and work through that. Subframes off, suspension parts off, clean them up, tidy them up, put it all back together, making sure it all looks nice and lasts a long time into the future. So pretty happy with that. Just work to do, but that's more content for the channel, so happy days. That's it, guys. First video on the Alfa. What do you think? Needs work. Well, that's why we bought it. Project car. So some things to do on the channel, quite a lot to do on the channel. Hopefully avoid any major jobs like head gaskets and cam belts this time around, and focus more on cosmetics and improving the ride and making it more stock and bringing it back to OEM and just releasing the inner beauty of this car. I mean, it's been neglected for a while. It's not been washed for such a long time. So in the next video, it's going to get a nice wash. Going to give it a bit of TLC, clean out the inside, bring a bit of love to the car. It's got a beauty that's shrouded in dirt at the moment. So just want to bring that out. Still got some painting to do, so we're not going to get what we want to get in the next video, but we'll make a bit of a step forward to, you know, fall in love with it all over again. So I've been here before, so looking forward to it. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Less than £3,000, Alfa GTV, so running pretty well, MOT. So rolling restoration with some work to do, but I think it's all manageable. Got to get hold of that rust, but it's all manageable. So if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Join my journey. I did the MG last time, did about 25 videos. Could see this taking probably about the same in terms of videos. So it'll be over the next year or so when I'm bringing this back together. But if you're interested in my journey, then yeah, please like and subscribe and share. And if you're interested in any parts, the exhaust and the air induction kit I'm going to be selling, drop me a message and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, keep in touch and I'll see you guys soon. Till next time, I'm exhausted. My name's Craig. Take care.